Okay, if you have been following me on this page, remember I taught you some time about consonants and dissonances. Now, one thing about consonant chords is that consonant chords, they're aiming nowhere. They're not going to anywhere, and because they're not going to anywhere, you cannot also predict them. For instance, if I play this chord, this is a tonic chord 1. You cannot tell the next chord I'm going to play, but at least if I play the next chord, you'll be able to tell which chord it is. The first inversion, and that's a chord 6, that's a chord 3, 2. So you can tell after the chords are played, but you cannot tell what the chord would be if that chord is consonant. You can't tell which chord is coming next if the chord is consonant, except if it's a tune you already know before. But when it comes to dissonances, you can't tell where they're going. You can predict where they're going. So let's look at this hymn, for instance, 163 up here. See the first chord. So I'm in bar 1, measure 1. The first chord is a chord 1. So it's not going anywhere. Consonant chords are, can be picked up. Anybody can pick them. That's what it means. But dissonant chords have somewhere they're going. Let's go along. So first beat, that's chord 1. Okay, so do, mi. Second beat, it's another chord 1 again. It's a consonant chord. That's a chord 4. That's a consonant chord as well. You can see the intervals. Remember, consonants are unison, perfect fifth, sixth, third, and octave. Those are consonants. Okay. The other intervals, seconds, fourth, seventh, ninth, are dissonances. Yeah. So first bar, all consonants. Okay, all consonants. Consonant chords. All right, that's chord 1, chord 1 again, 4, 1. Okay, consonants. Now next bar, the very first beat of the very first beat here, you can see very first beat of the second bar has this chord 2/7. A 2/7 is a re fa la do. All right, now 2/7, is always tending towards 5, and there's a reason for that. So the 5 we are seeing here after the 2/7, so 2/7, 5/7, 1, but that's predictable because a 2/7, re fa la do, the presence of that dissonance there, the re do, remember the 7 has to resolve by a step down, and the bass rises up. So if the bass rises up a fourth, and then that will give you chord 5. Go and watch my video. Watch my video about consonances and dissonances. So you no longer will be wondering where chords are going to. Once you have a 2/7, then it follows by 5 or 5/7, depends. In the case of the scale, in the case of this hymn now, it's 5/7. And of course, if you have a 5/7, there are two things that can happen. Either you go back to 1, or you go to 6. So consonant chords are not predictable. Dissonant chords are predictable. Let's go to the third bar. 1, 5, 6, 1. That's a 7. And then just 4. After chord 7 is one of the 10s. It's a tritone. Okay, it's a tritone chord. The T, Re, Fa. After, I always say that after chord 7 comes 1. Once you see chord 7, you can actually close your eyes and the next chord will be 1. That's how, that's how predictable chord 7 is. So bar 1, 2, 3, 4, bar 4 here, you have, so this is chord 7 with these decorations here. The chord is actually, so that alto part, that alto part there is a decoration, right? And this is sus4, sus4. Yeah, after this, you're expecting. Why? Because it's when you have saw and a do, that's a fourth, and fourths are what? Dissonances. So the fourth must fall down. Yeah. So if you look at the whole structure, everything happening here, they have a reason. There can be pattern to somewhere. This is very important for you for memorization because you need to know where the chords are going. Let's go to quickly bar 5. That's bar 5. Consonants, 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 consonants. Yeah, then we have the version here. Yeah, it's a second inversion chord there, right? Re, so, T. Once you have Re, so, T, that's a second inversion chord. And that is, when chords are in their second inversion, they are not stable because there's an interval of a fourth, right? Whether Re, so, from Re to So is a fourth, so it's a dissonance. So that's why when chords are in their second inversion, they usually fall down to root position. So once you have, that's why that place is going to sound as suspension there. That's sus4 again. So if you have second inversion chord, a second inversion chord is like when you have a do, do, mi, so. First inversion, mi, so, do. Second inversion, so, do, mi. Okay, so this so, do, mi, you always find them around cadence. Like many of the time when you have so, so, do, it's actually not 5-5-1. It's not 5-5-1. It's actually 6-4, which means second inversion, and then root, and then 1. Okay? If you have so, so, do, or mi, mi, la, it's either it is the first so is a second inversion chord, or it's a sus4. You can take that note. It's either it's a sus4. The first saw is a sus4, that is like this. Then you resolve, root position, and then 1. Or it is a second inversion chord. If you hear big choruses with at the end where you hear this so, it is not 5-5-1. It cannot be 5-5-1. The dominant is so strong and powerful. It does not need any support. So do cannot be 5-5-1. It's actually 6-4 second inversion, and then 5 now, and then 1. Or it's a sus4. Go and listen to all the big choruses like Amen from Messiah and some big choruses that end with so, do in the bass. Check the chord, you see that it's either sus4 or a so, do, mi chord, second inversion chord, and then it resolves and goes to 1. Alright, so last bar of this hymn, last bar. All those chords are consonants, consonants, or 6 consonants. Now 2-7 again. After 2-7, what's coming? 5. 5. Alright, I'd like you to watch the other videos on consonants and dissonances. Go down, and let me hear your thoughts.